Hey guys, and welcome back to the LAS. We are now at our week 3 mark, so hitting the third way through the split here. But another exciting nights of game, I'm sure, ahead of us. And I would like to welcome back one of our returning casters, Bam Booper. How you doing tonight?
Hello. I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing?
I'm awesome. I'm awesome. Ready
Excited
for
for some games?
Absolutely. We got the Outlaws taking on the Tigers here. So Tigers coming out swinging in the first week. And looking at some of their stats, very high. And the Baron takes at least one a game, and
Oh yeah, it's super fun to watch this team. They're just filled with energy. They love going for these big team fights, these all-in 5v5s, and they play like the most interesting comps, and they are probably one of my favorite teams out there right now.
yeah. And haven't actually seen the Outlaws play yet. So interested to see what they're going to be bringing to the table against a team like this tonight. But I know every single week I say there's going to be crazy games, and I'm always right because some of the stuff we see here is insane. So I'm just I'll do my best. We're gonna do our best to bring you guys all that action and try to give you those play by plays and our best analysis of to our abilities. But
Yeah.
it's always a fun time.
Yep, it's going to be quite an interesting one here. I'm excited to see what these two are going to be drafting here. We got Outlaws on the blue side, Tigers on the red. So,
Yeah,
are we getting into that?
and we've given the team the green light, and I think they're just getting into order, and we're gonna be good to go after that. So once we get our pick and bands going, I'm curious to see what is going to be busted out this time. We're on 10.2 now, and some of these picks I'm seeing, I'm still getting used to a lot of the picks, but what I've been seeing, and even if for those of you who watched LCS this weekend, a lot of it is fighting around those dragons and getting that soul. Unfortunately, last night with the TSM Immortals, we saw what happens when you give up the fourth dragon, or if you don't go for the fourth dragon yourselves, you just kind of
Oh
get
yeah.
steamrolled there.
Yeah, it's a very interesting way to draft these games nowadays. You got to be very careful because there's a lot of blow up in a lot of these champions. They'll just blow you up whenever you walk close. So you just got to have that hard engage mixed with a lot of tankiness or even just a little bit of CC to edge it out. And it just seems like a lot of teams have to sort of find their comp when it comes to that and see who their carries are. This patch has a lot of swinging momentum. The most important roles are like support and jungle right now, and you don't usually see those carry, but I guess nowadays you have to.
And what I've noticed too, because this supports where I usually find my strength. I mean, I have been I've been spamming Heimerdinger top a lot, and eventually it'll get to a point where I can't get away with it in the higher elos. But for now, it's working, and eventually I'm going to make my way back into support. But what I found, yeah, high engage, high CC supports, Rakan, Leona, Nautilus, those kind
Nautilus,
of
yeah.
ones that can get in and get out while offering huge peel potentials, huge pick potentials, have that tankiness. Those all
And
rounded champions are what you got to draft into these teams if you stand a chance of taking those big objectives.
yeah, exactly. And a sleeper pick I actually found is that the Pike is actually very interesting right now because he has a lot of that front end damage. If you really want your support to pop off, you'll see probably the Pike first pick or something like that because they are really it's a really strong support right now. Even if it's not the best utility for the team, it's just a high damage support, and it's just interesting to see comms drafted around that
Yeah,
or
and we're
or
gonna
other power picks.
we're starting it off already with a Caitlyn and Zillion ban right off the bat, and Caitlyn reasonably so. That auto range is pretty ridiculous, and if you don't have something to answer with that, might as well just take it off the board.
Oh yeah, Delalis is definitely a big Caitlyn player, so I'm not surprised to see that ban. But it seems like they're sort of targeting him here with the Kaisa ban too. I don't even know what's going on.
Rightfully show. I think he's been showing off the first couple weeks, and they know who to look out for. So I'm sure we're going to see a few more bans and takeaways there from the bot lane.
Yeah, very interesting ban so far. The Katarina and the Zillion on the Tiger side.
I mean, again, with objectives and pushing those Zillion bombs, the Katarina ulti, and then again, just all around out, there's a big support taking off, and of course, Set with his massive shield that he can produce in a team fight. It's really difficult to get again.
Yeah, Set's basically a guaranteed ban in almost every game nowadays because he's just so powerful. He's so a little bit overtuned, but we're not going to say it on here.
Woo! Look at these picks.
We are getting fast picks here. I can't even keep up. We got the Zyricon on the Tigers side, a very safe bot lane for the for Arichi and Dallas because they both play it pretty often. The Echo first pick on the Outlaws side. I'm not sure if we're gonna see that a flex jungle, flex mid, flex top.
Oh my
It's a
lord!
toss.
Look
And
at
the
these.
Blitzcrank.
The spiciest picks here at the LAS. That's what I love to see.
Oh, and
there's
the
the bot
Lucian
lane
too?
picked right back, so they have their answer already for the bot lane. Don't want to get their stuff banned out. But the Xayah
Oh, yeah.
Rakan, having that extra range on the Rakan to get back, and that extra little bit of attack speed that they get between each other, and of course the backs. You gotta account for those backs. But I think Lucian and Blitz is a nice answer to that, to kind of bring him in, lock him down. You have that big silence from Blitzcrank when he hits 6, and of course Lucian can just pump out the damage. But again, I'm not too sure which. Maybe we'll make our decisions once they pick the full teams here.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see the Blitzcrank because it can be a sort of double-edged sword for their con. If he gets hooked in, his ultimate can come up and it can pop off on everyone, but it just depends on the timing. If the Blitzcrank can get a good hook in the early game, it could be curtains for this team. Lucian is definitely one of those champions that scales really well with gold and with a lot of high kills. And then we see the Elise on the Tigers side for VKC, a very comfort pick for him. So it's not surprising to see it.
Sion gonna probably join the bench there. Not gonna see the light of day, but actually going for that Diana.
Oh, I'm surprised they banned the Diana because I don't think the Tigers really run Diana in the mid lane. Then again, they might be going for something a little bit spicy, so just getting a little bit of the options off the table. I know VKC plays Diana a lot, and they could flex Elise.
Potentially, yeah, but most likely Elise go into that jungle, and we see the Annie-Ban following up after, so targeting that mid lane next.
Oh yeah, and we see the Maokai.
What is this
Maokai.
team? Hold up. Hold the phone. What is this team? I mean, Maokai ult with the huge, and you have a Cocoon on Elise, so you have the Rakan, which is just, he's Rakan.
Yeah.
It's a big team fight, and it's going to be really hard for a team to fight them. They need to make a pick with the Blitzcrank, so I don't think I'll be seeing the Outlaws dive them anytime soon.
It's very interesting to see the Outlaws draft here. They're going for a lot of assassins. They might just be looking to straight focus Dallas out. With the Akali pick now, the Echo pick, it's going to be very interesting to see where these actually go, because it could be the Echo in the jungle, it could be the Akali in the top lane, or even the Echo, and it's just like, what is this last pick going to be? And I'm looking at the Malphite, and it's locked in.
Oh my lord, so we have the wet noodle fight about to happen top, but again, they get in there with a Malphite ulti. That is going to cause the Tigers a bit of disarray. Just kind of going to have to reorganize themselves really, really quickly and get back to that field comp that they have.
Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he's actually going to go like just tank Malphite, or if he's going to go like AP and just go for straight burst on the Xayah.
And that's a Galio locked in. So honestly, both teams with their unique styles probably going to be looking for picks on the side of Outlaws, but Tigers have a huge team fight potential and have produced something now that you don't want to dive. And if you try to dive, you're going to get the Galio ult coming out. You're going to have the Rakan who can just ult and charm everybody.
You're going to get the Maokai ulti that could get you and another person that may be following up.
Yeah.
It's just, they have so much front to back CC and they have so much dive that it's just going to be so interesting to see if this Xayah and if this Elise can carry, because they are the two focal points of this actual comp.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see where this one goes. But I would say I give this one to the Tigers. They just have a better rounded team, a lot of synergies there between their ultis, and if they're able to keep away from those picks and protect each other, I think they're going to have the advantage to this, especially around those team fights on Dragons.
Oh yeah, it's going to be super interesting to see, especially with like the Blitzcrank pull in. I feel like they sort of outdrafted the Blitzcrank, not going to lie, because most of the time when he does pull in, it's going to be somebody with a bit of hard CC that's just going to engage on them, and it's going to be very scary for the Outlaws side with these Blitzcrank hooks. If he can get the perfect Blitzcrank hooks, then it's going to be curtains for the Tigers side. But it's going to be really coming down to this Blitzcrank, to this Malphite, to this Akali to carry this, which I will give the Outlaws. They do not have a lack in damage. I feel like the Tigers may have a little bit of a lack of damage. They only really have the Xayah and the Elise, but Elise sort of falls off in the late game, so it's going to be very interesting to see if the Elise can carry into the late game, but we will definitely see with the with how these early games go out. I feel like this is going to be a very important early game for them, and it looks like Echo Jungle versus Elise is a very interesting matchup. I think Echo wins by a slight margin, but I'm not
be a bit slippery.
too sure.
Absolutely slippery. But yeah, I guess we're gonna have to see this unravel on the Rift as we go. But for now, teams are just fixing up their comps in the actual client, and then we are gonna have our little spectator delay. So we will be right back after that. But I want to hear what you guys think. So right now I've got Twitch picks up in chat. If you're on PC, you just hover over the screen. They should be right there. If you're on mobile, they'll be right above the chat there underneath the actual screen. So go ahead, cast your votes of who you think is going to come away with this first game. Game 2 is up there to you. You can go ahead and predict then. But right now I'm giving my edge to Tiger for this one coming up. Going to be a massive game ahead of us.
Oh yeah, super exciting.
Well, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this quick little delay. So once that is done, we'll be hopping on the Rift. Outlaws, blue side, Tigers on the red, looking very strong, but only time will tell which one of these two teams is coming out on top. So don't go anywhere, and we're going to be right back with all that action here. All right, guys, it is time to rock and roll. Game number 1 about to get underway here. So, Outlaws over on the blue side, 2-2 right now, and Tigers on the red, 3-1. I'm excited to see this one. I'll give you a little preview of each of these guys' masteries here, and we see Outlaws have some skill on these champions for sure, but we see a couple level 7s over on the Tigers there. So I can't read this one. It's gonna be tough.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. The Outlaws definitely have a bunch of interesting players on their team. They got Tallyho, they got Harshcloth, they got all these different players that are like from the other teams that have won these past splits and have done really well. And I feel like this game is definitely gonna decide a lot of where these teams rank in the overall teams, because it's gonna be 3-2 for both of them by the end of this, and it's gonna be up for the Outlaws here because they are gonna be 1-0 in the head-to-head.
And of course, a quick little trade coming through this past week. Funks from the Dragons being traded over to the Outlaws here. So switching that ADC position with Willie Fish. So we'll see how the new team works around with each other there. And see what happens in this bot lane, especially against that Rakan Saya.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see. It's going to be very interesting to see where this, where Funks is actually going to go, because he is put on this high damage carry already as like the first time he's ever played with the team. So it's going to be interesting to see if he has the cohesion that is needed to sort of carry him throughout this game and lead him to a victory, lead his team to a victory.
It's going to be definitely fun to watch. But again, all these players that I've seen so far have been incredible and always bring a lot to the table here, providing us and you guys there at home with lots and lots of entertainment. So let's see what these guys are planning. Just a pretty generic start here from both sides. A little poke there from the Akali at least, but other than that, everyone's all healed up now. I don't know if thumbs have been burned, and there we see the flex of the master. He's coming out.
I love to see it. I love to see it. The little competitive spirit there. They're all just showing their mastery points here. Yeah, the Tigers started with a normal 5-point start up and down their lanes, made sure nobody was invading, and then VKC went for a little bit of a deep ward when he walked up in the top river, and Akali was there to actually stop him from getting a ward on the buff, but he got it in the river, which is going to give him a little bit of information. Who knows, though?
Yeah, we'll see which way Echo wants to go on his goal right now, down at the Krug pit. So Tallyho again, he's got a red buff, so both the junglers just kind of clearing out their respective sides.
Echo, in terms of pathing, always will go like to all his multi-camps because he's one of the best champions at clearing those things early. He's very fast too. At least on the other side, mostly only goes for single stuff and then goes for like maybe just the scuttle on the top side. The Echo taking a little while doing the Krugs, might just be going for a early level 3 into bottom lane gank. Not exactly sure yet though.
Yeah.
Deep ward from Too Anxious though, I like that. It's it definitely gives them the information that they need. In terms of where this Echo is.
You might see the Echo. He needs to take one more step into that, and they'll know exactly where he's at.
Yeah, they'll definitely see here. Yep, there he is.
There he is. Steps over the ward, and the question mark pink comes out.
Yep, so now they know that he got the early level 3, and now he's going to go invade on their top side.
I think
Even
he
go
might
for
be going
a
for
gank
mid, yeah. He's looking for it, and then we see Echo come out. Oh, the Akali actually stops it, but he gets out of the stun. Is he going to make it back to his base? His turret, he's taken down with the Ignite, and there goes Akali! Oh my goodness! Vertexy coming through with first blood, but the tower shot going to take him out as well too. Still gets that extra little 100 gold.
Meanwhile, VKC in the jungle here looking for the invade, waiting for the Echo, but he's just going straight for the Scuttle Crab. He doesn't even know.
He has no idea.
He might be waiting a little too long for this, though. I don't know if he knows where the pathing is going to be.
He might have seen him just coming from that mid there.
It's interesting.
Oh, here they go. Cocoon comes out.
Cocoon comes out now. We got the Spiderling coming in, but the parallel convergence comes down.
And then Elise is coming down as well too. The
yeah,
Spiderlings are out.
Coming in with the trade. Akali is coming up right now.
She's fighting still. He goes over the wall. Oh no, Akali's there. The flash over the wall and down. But we've got action going on all around the map, and just like LES, this is how it goes. A fight here and a fight there. Akali taking down that
Can't even keep up.
Elise. But in the bot lane, I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that was a Blitzcrank pull and finds the Xayah before 6. I think that's gonna result in a kill until she can get that Featherstorm out and evade that big CC.
Yeah, it's definitely what I said earlier about this this pre-level 6. It's going to be very hard for the Tigers to get any priority in their lane because it's a Blitzcrank. You can't really walk up on a Blitzcrank, otherwise you're just going to get pulled and die instantly, and I feel like that might be what they went for, and it's kind of unfortunate that they went down, and now that Vertexity has the double buffs on mid lane, he is just looking real nice right now.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to take that Galio out solo with that extra magic resist that he gets. Taking about half of her health off of that little trade there. Not ideal for Vertexity.
Yeah, no, the Tigers definitely drafted their solo lanes to just be safe, make sure they don't die too many times, and their bottom lane is where they're supposed to get that hyper carry damage in late game. And it's definitely going to come down to this late game because usually their early games.
We have some more action mid. Here comes Blitzcrank. The knockup is here, and the pullback as well. And there goes Akali trying to get in this, and the damage is actually quite insane. Not going to quite find that one. The Corrupting Potion being hugged by 2 Anxious to try and stay alive.
Yeah, VKC hiding in the wings, though, making sure that his mid laner doesn't go down, and if it does, at least he trades 1 for 1, maybe even gets both of them.
Top
So
lane
smart on him. Good
taking
math.
a bit of damage there. I think that Malphite is just going to back off. Out of mana as well, too. John Churchill, I think, got a back in there, so he's definitely going to be winning those trades right now.
I feel like John needs to pull the trigger a little bit more in those situations where they're really low HP, and if he has any cooldowns, he should be burning them on him, especially that W, because if he can get that 1v1, it's going to get him very far. Safe. He's taking the safe route though, and just making sure he's not dying too early from like a misplay under the tower or something. So it goes either way.
And, Chad making a good point too. The farm on Galio a little bit down, but that's probably to be expected with the melee. And if you're just caught spamming those Qs all the time, you are going to be caught in quite the pickle being out of that mana. So it looks like Outlaws are trying to set up this first Drake here, and 4 members here turning onto it with the Elise top. I believe this first one's going over to them.
Yeah, it's definitely smart on them. They have the bot prio from the Lucian, but Tigers do spot it out. Make sure they at least know what's going on.
Maybe
But
a little bit of damage. That was very spicy. I think the pull's still there though. Rakan is not going to get out of there. He's got the flash, but he just gets melted. Lucian's not done yet. Dallas trying to make it out of there. He does, but loses his support in that rotation.
Yeah, just a little bit too deep there for the Rakan. If he had his E still, it might have been okay, but who knows.
They're about to run into each other. The Echo Stun's coming down, and guess what? Galio's been caught in the stun. The Echo Stack's there. Another fight going on in top lane. Elise is up there to find that one. Blitz looking for this Galio, but up top, Maokai is low. Elise is here, and Malphite is going to have to run away. Does not have his ulti anymore, but it's bot lane where Talio ends up picking up the Galio kill. Harshcloth coming through with a couple of assists now, and big pulls, like you said, finding the right ones when they're needed.
Yeah, no, it's very scary right now for the Tigers. They're definitely losing a lot in like all sides of the map right now. They're not really like working cohesively as a team. Too Anxious a little bit late on that roam and ended up costing him his life.
The big calling coming through. Rakan not gonna find his knock up there as the Lucian just dashes right on past him and calls that Xayah right to death.
Let me tell you right now, Edge. Let me tell you, this man is making a debut if I've ever seen it. This man is 2-0-1 right now and just smashing this Tigers bottom lane. It is not even close right now. It might even be because of the Blitzcrank, but I feel like Funks just has like that special something. You know what I mean?
We see that gold difference between the two of them, right? It's already at 1,200, so that's almost essentially a BF with a couple more farms.
Yeah, no, 22 CS now in the lead for him, and it's just not looking good at all for the Xayah right now. She needs some comeback juice if I've ever seen it.
They need their level 6, and Lucian hitting his in the middle of that fight was a huge advantage for them. But in the mid lane, I think Galio is going to go for it. Too Anxious, getting this Xayah so low. She's sitting at 7 health. 7 health for Texity makes it out of there alive, and I don't think mid lane's done. Are they? I don't think Blitzcrank wants that by himself, no.
Nah, he's good. He's good. That was scary. Akali is definitely not a good matchup into Galio because Galio just you know, absorbs AP damage basically. He lives off of it. So it's just this Akali is just going to be basically feeding this Galio the whole lane phase, and it's definitely going to be later on when they're focusing on the Xayah, focusing on the Elise, that she's going to pop off. And it was definitely in the beginning you could see that because you saw her go and kill that Elise like really quickly with her with Tally-Ho.
Harshcloth trying for another pull there, not gonna find that one, but I still think he's positive in the ones he's gotten and the ones he's gotten him kills too.
Oh yeah, he's definitely pulling off the big god blitzcranks over here.
Oh, he's pulling something, and I think that's a couple of the Tigers there.
Yeah, I don't know how legal it is to grab Tigers, but you know.
Yeah, wait a minute, that's illegal, but he just did it again, doesn't matter.
He just does it all the time.
Dashing out of there, another nice pull from him, and he's gonna show off to that bot lane. But it's back in the top where we have the action going down. Malphite has found the Elise out. Is Vertexy gonna go over this
Elise is
wall?
a little caught out here, but not gonna go over aggressive. They know Too Anxious has his ulti.
But it's back in the bot. We have more going on. Lucian's diving in, and there goes Xayah. But she's gonna die right away to that culling as it comes out again. Rakan trying to find that last one. Sorry, switching it back at Xayah. I mixed up the feathers. And it's Dallas with the double kill there. So
what a turnaround from Dallas. He knew he had just enough AD to be able to win that trade. They took a bad trade just under the tower, and it was just good night for the Outlaws bottom side.
That
unfortunately,
was so close, and I even got the two of them mixed up. I thought it was the Xayah that went down in that fight, but in fact, Rakan giving the life and taking up that culling allowed the Xayah to get the Featherstorm out and get that damage down onto them.
That's a true support right there. You know it's a true support when they give their life for you, basically. And that was just like great peel from Rakan.
I can identify with that, where I've been playing with my buddies. One of them is my duo ADC, and I'm just get out, save yourself, boys, get. But it is that is what makes a good support is, you know, knowing that getting that gold, getting that double kill on the Xayah, especially when we see them falling behind this early game, is going to be huge to make sure that they don't fall behind. And this snowball that the Outlaws are trying to grow doesn't get too much out of hand.
Yeah, and this is pretty standard practice for the Tigers bottom side. They usually do fall behind a little bit in the early game, but like as they rear into that mid game, into that end game, they sort of show a little bit more signs of life. They have a lot more team cohesion when they can be close to each other instead of like these segregated.
Don't know if that Lucian is going to go for it. I think Funks might go for it. The flash in, the Q comes out as well too. All he needs is a dash and a couple autos. But he might be getting a little over greedy here.
Yeah, just a tiny bit there. He's now going to take a tower shot.
No wave to back him up. Rakan's there. They find him up in the main lane. Tally-Ho finds him, but Lucian drops.
Wow. Way too overzealous there from Funks. Just giving up his life there, basically. That was like, was that another shutdown goal?
A little bit greedy, and yes, I think it was after those. Wait, no, it wouldn't have been shut down because I had just got those kills on him and he returned away.
Oh yeah. Well, either way, a little bit of gold in that Rakan's pocket. Not exactly what you want, but it's fine. Meanwhile, they're putting the Rift Herald up on the top side, which makes a lot of sense.
Bot lane though, they're diving this Blitzcrank, trying to go for that, but no one's answering this top lane push.
Yeah, no, John just went down from the two. Oh wow.
Too Anxious finding it.
Pulling Vertexity under the tower and ended up getting the 1v1.
And
very interesting.
I think Akali needs the backup of her team in order to take on that Galio, because solos, like you said, that magic damage is barely going to tickle him. Rakan, dodging out on that
almost
Q. And it's actually Tigers now who are going to go for the second Drake, and Ocean for them. Going to give them maybe and hopefully a little bit more survivability in these fights with that health.
Yeah, VKC doing the smart thing, not answering the Rift Herald because he knows they're not risky. It's too risky to push too far in that top side, especially on blue side. So he goes for the Drake first and just gets that Drake. Make sure he secures the first Drake for the team and extra a little bit of.
They know she's down here. The question mark pings are coming out, so they know where the junglers are at for the Tigers. But Lucian's just going to keep pushing on this turret. Uncontested.
Yeah, no, really good wards there from the bot side. And now Akali's actually walking up.
Oh, she's going over. she going for the blue? Is she going for the life? Or is she going for both? Maybe just the blue and no elite.
Oh, doesn't even get it.
It's unfortunate. Attempts to steal. Had it in her grasp, but not going for it. The cocoon comes out, but guess what? Blitzcrank is coming up behind. Galio is down here as well, too.
Anxious is also here.
Bot lane is roaming around. The Protobelts come through. Here's Blitzcrank looking for the pull. Not go. The Galio dodge, but Echo's now diving the bot laners. Lucian is around on the other side, but gets a knockup still. Rakan trying to make it out of here, but Lucian is just hanging him down. The heal comes through from the Xayah, but the silence ulti from Blitzcrank is going to be enough to do the Feather Strike is there. The Feather Storm, is it enough? Oh, and Echo using his Chrono Break. Yep, I remember it now. To get out, but now they found Elise. Is she going to repel over the wall? Will she make it? No, back down she goes. And I think Blitz might have a little bit more CC. Doesn't matter. Elise is huge. They're trying. Elise is gone. This is a bloodbath in here. What are they doing?
They are staying so long.
And no, Galio's not done either. Look at him go. The taunt's coming through. He finds Solution. A little bit more damage should do it. But that's going to be the Galio who drops to Funks. And that's an... What was that? We got bodies dropping all up in this jungle.
This is insane. He's still going?
I think he wants him. He might be able to get him. And the Feather
he
Pull will
got
do
him.
it. Yeah, that'll do.
A rampage now for the Xayah. That's crazy.
I think that's
Dallas
4 straight kills for Dallas. He was 0-2.
Yeah, he just went straight from 0-2 to 4-2-2. Like, he is popping off in this mid game. And just a recap of that fight, like, that was insane. It was basically an overextension from the Tigers that turned into the Outlaws overextension.
We're not done yet. They're still going. That mid tower getting pushed on, but Malphite is actually going to flash out. Doesn't matter. The Runic Echoes, that damage coming through from Elise is actually pretty severe.
Yeah, no, she's definitely hitting her power spike now that she got her jungle item.
Yeah, in this mid game,
even then, the Echo has a whole item on her, so it's not even like... It's not even that she's the most scary person on her team, it's that she's doing enough damage to deal, or to get these killing blows on people that she's getting gold back from these overextensions by the Outlaws.
Absolutely. We see the overall gold lead. The Outlaws are up roughly 1,500 gold, so it's not too significant quite yet. They do have an extra power, but Tiger's going to try and get one back, but I think Rakan has stayed way too long for that one. He gets stunned and knocked up, and oh, the Blitzcrank just barely coming short of that Galio.
To quote my favorite movie, Finding Nemo, he touched the butt there, but did not get the full. So, very unfortunate for him, but close one there.
Now, question mark Pink's coming out mid again. Blitz doing a good job of getting some deep vision there. Harshcloth just roaming around with his jungle, and that's something that I've heard word of, is that you want to be roaming a lot more with your jungle, especially so crucial in this patch, because you don't want to be caught alone as a support, obviously. But I think Galio's been caught out now. The Echo and the Akali going at it. I think the damage is enough. The taunt's going to come through. And will he make it out? That Aftershock slowing him down doesn't matter. You got 2 assassins climbing down your throat. He's just disintegrated there.
Yeah, Too Anxious didn't know that the Echo is there right across the wall and just overextending a little bit. However, these Tigers are definitely doing a very good job when they're not getting picked off to win these fights, and actually has accrued a pretty much even kill score. But like, their gold is still pretty far back. It's very difficult for them to actually force anything. That's why it's very important that the Outlaws get these deep wards that the Blitzcrank has been getting to sort of track the jungle and make sure that they're not sneaking anything.
There we go. That's a culling coming through, and Rakan tanking that one up. Again, being a great support there, but he's going to have to back after that, which means Dragon is going over to the Outlaws here, so second one for them.
Yeah, Tiger's not forcing a Dragon here. They're just going to get the Rift Herald in response, and might even get this kill here with the Malphite walking a little too far up. But Malphite is a very tanky boy and will not be going down yet. It actually seems like the Malphite is going for an Iceborne Gauntlet as his next item, which is very interesting because...
Oh no. Galio's been spotted out, but we have another fight going here in the mid lane. The taunt is through as well too. Rakan gonna try and get out, but the Blitzcrank hook surely still up, or at least coming soon. Outlaw still
Yeah,
pushing in this mid, and top lane's got the Herald, so I don't know which one of these two options they want to go for.
Who knows if they're actually going to break anything here? Like, I know they're going to get this next tower for the Tiger side, but I don't know if they're going to get this inhibitor. It looks like they're actually all just going to back off here.
They got mid-inner, and they're going for Malphite now as well, too. He's going to...
I feel like they're just going to try and get the charge here, but who knows?
Yeah. Oh, no, Rakan gets out, luckily. Yeah, stopping the backs from them. They're forcing them back in these fights, and now they've taken the inhib turret. This is actually really, really well played by the Tigers
their mid
here.
and support are just not giving up anything, and they're actually losing this fight. Like, Arishi, oh my god.
Unbelievable. This Rakan is doing so much with his Galio, and now they see they're going after Lucian. He's forced to flash out of there. The Featherstorm is through, and Malphite doesn't have his ulti quite yet, but still does so much damage. And, oh, Dallas making out with 20 health.
That last tick.
Is he going to do it?
Nah, he gets the heal from the, I don't know if it was a biscuit or a pot or something, but Tigers are just limping away at this point. They got the inhib, they might have stayed a little too long, took a bit too much chip damage, and now they're really paying the price for it. They're going to get very delayed backs here. It's going to be very, very interesting to see where these outlaws are going to
will they? No, poor Elise.
Nah, he won't get it.
No. So all in all, it's 2 towers for 3 in favor of the Tigers here. But they've opened up an inhibitor. Yeah, that's the big key there. Is that they're going to have that top prior. They're going to have those super minis pushing. Dragon not up for another 3 minutes, but that's still massive to have at 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, it's really good to see them actually push that the farthest that they could. They had their other 2 members stop the backs and made sure that they even came out on top in that trade. They got 1 kill on both sides, and it ended up going pretty evenly, and the Tigers definitely want to take that when they're a little bit behind in gold. They open the inhibitor. It just seems like they have more map control now that they have this open inhibitor, the mid lane turret gone, the bot lane turret gone, and with this freedom in this map, they now have like their own team coordination that they can dispose of instead of just relying on solo skill to carry them through the lanes or carry them through the little map movements.
And I'm sure we're going to see a fight break out somewhere here. Echo roaming up and does not quite get that red buff. But looking for that Xayah too, because I'm sure if she's caught out, that's not going to be good for Dallas there. Is it Dallas or Dallas? Dallas or Dallas?
I think it's Dallas.
Dallas. Dallas? I like Dallas, though. You should change his name to that.
I think that might be taken, but who knows?
That's a good chance it is.
The repel over the wall there. A little scary, but you know. Malphite has not been pulling the trigger on these ultis. They haven't actually forced a real 5v5 fight yet. It's been a lot more of the macro play.
I think you might just have said the magic words, because we see both teams down here around this Dragon Pit just warding up and getting control as it's up in a minute 15.
Yeah, the solution is in the top side though, so it's going to be very interesting if they do decide to engage this. They do know that he's there too, so it's going to be kind of scary if they can pull off something like this, if they can pull off a 4v3 or a 4v5 even.
But just want to keep an eye on Harshcloth there. No, one single pull can be the trigger for one of those big fights. Of course, Malphite with his ulti as well too. Could be something happening. They know Echo's down here. They got the pings. VKC running away, but the rest of the members of the Tigers are running down here. And don't know if Dallas wants to be the one to find it. There's the Galio coming out there, and the Chrono Break
Rewind button
is pressed. He's going to get locked down now. Maokai is down here. I'm getting a bit of frame lag on my end, but that Zhonya's through. I think he's just dead. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. There's Elise, and the Protobell from Galio going to finish that Echo off. This dragon should be, there's no smite available for...
Yeah, it should be a pretty free dragon for the Tiger side now. Or they might just be running to Baron here. They're 5-man strong, walking right up the mid lane now.
I mean, it's not a bad call, but if they do this, there's a chance that Outlaws can go for a third dragon. So the pings are coming out on us already too.
I feel like what they're looking for is to get this Baron, because they know they have a big wave in the top lane right now, and they're going to have a pushing wave forever. With this inhibitor down, they just want to end through that top lane really quickly and get this game over with, because they know that the Akali, the Echo, the Malphite are going to be a lot scarier at that 3 item power spike. So they are just they're going straight for the end. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And like you said, that mid-game spike on Elise is something that'll eventually wear out and won't be able to keep up. So looking to end it sooner than later is probably the best option for them. But with Baron, this Dragon is still pretty much full health. And the Tigers are right here. We might get a fight here. Malphite with ulti. Don't know if they're going to go. The Tigers are a little grouped up here, but now that's the charm down on the Blitzcrank. He's getting chunked down. Malphite's there as well, too. We see a big ulti, but it's Echo who picks it up. That's going to be Outlaws who pick up their third Dragon here, and they're not done yet. Akali's poking them down, but they're going to fall. And only 2 members left, so a 3-for-none in favor of the Tigers, but it's the Outlaws who pick themselves up another Dragon and 1 away from getting that soul.
The Outlaws really needed to have their Lucian in that fight. He was just not present. He was in the top lane, and that really shows as their lack damage to even sort of dent these tanks and Dallas, because he was able to peel off, and he had the whole team there. So there was a lot of front to NCC, and he just never even got touched basically until the Akali got in that stealth, and the Akali was not in the fight until the very end of it. So it was a very miscalculated play from the Outlaws. They really should not have taken that, and they shouldn't have tried to get that Dragon. They should have conceded it, made it 2 for 2. It would have been just better. They would have lost less gold, and they would have lost less in terms of the overall map.
Yeah, and they've got to be the one that makes that call and saying, okay, it's not going to be their 4th Dragon, but if we lose this one, we can at least protect our base, we can at least get some wards up and get prepared for the next fight without burning a lot of our resources. But instead, they split up their team. 2 up top are in the base, and then 3 fighting around this Dragon. Not going to be enough to take it out in time, and they get punished with the 5-man push from the Baroned up Tigers here.
Yeah, I think the Tigers are just going to look to sort of focus these other lanes now that don't have the pressure that the top side has with the open inhibitor there. They're probably just going to look to crack this bottom tier 2 and the mid inhibitor turret, and it should be pretty clean for them. I don't see them making many mistakes here. The VKC is super strong and sort of acts as his primary damage on this mid lane, whereas like Dalalis is in the bottom lane just chunking these turrets and just pushing really hard.
See what they want to do here. They're coming through. Blitzcrank will have his Q up relatively soon. It's up right now, ready to go. Let's see if they're ready to do anything. But double cannons, Baroned up, are pushing so hard on this map. And they're not done yet. And here goes Rakan with the big ulti. And he's going to get that knock up. He's going to get the charm. And Galio's in the back there as well, too. The pulse coming through in the silence there as well. But Elise just chopping someone down. Dallas as well, following up with another kill. And there's Echo going to try and find the Maokai, but he's way too tanky and is forced to get on back. Is he going to make it out? Here comes Lucian. Dashes out to safety, but the Tigers aren't done yet. That's a big Malphite ult. They're taking down Dallas. That's ADC gone. But is it enough? Nobody left with the Baron buff here on the Tigers.
Yeah, the Baron buff just
they're actually dropping. Elise is now going to try. Oh, the repel. Not going to be enough, but that's 1 Nexus turret dropping. They lose 2 key members here of their team, but pick themselves up another in here.
The rest just have to peel off now. It was very over aggressive, I'd say. Baron was just running out. They sort of stayed a little bit too long. They should have just taken the 2, taken the bottom inhibitor and gotten out, or just like focus the next turret instead of peeling off for these kills and then sort of crumbling at the end there. Not saying that they are out of the game or anything. They're clearly in the lead. They're about a K gold up, and it's just like it's still looking pretty good for them.
Those towers are just definitely right now 5 ahead for the Tigers. They have an open inhib and a taken one there, and all it is left is mid lane to push through. So let's see what the teams are ready to do. Another Dragon up in a minute. Baron's going to be up in a minute 45. Should see another team fight. And the next one might be the one to determine who's coming out on top here.
Yeah, no, whatever the next fight's going to be, it's going to be very crucial to both teams, because if the Outlaws are able to pull off something here, they'll get that mid inhibitor. They'll probably get like a bot turret or a top tier 2, and it's just going to be what these teams are going to do in these next fights, because it just seems like if the Tigers win 1 or 2 more, they're just going to win the game off that, and it's going to be very hard to see for the Outlaws to actually pull through in It's just going to be down to the individual team members if they can get a pick, if they can get like maybe a really good ulti off onto Delalis and just like burst him down. That would be key. But
I'm just watching Harshcloth for the hooks over the wall, but not going to find him. Going for the Maokai. I don't know if he quite wants this. The rest of the Tigers are just waiting there over the wall. But no Elise right now, still coming down towards Dragon Pit. And it's up now. The Outlaws going to go for the 4th Dragon. Get that Mountain Soul. Malphite ulti is up. Everybody's ulti's available here. So let's see what these teams are going to do. It's the Tigers that actually pull this one out of the pit to safety. And here come the Outlaws. They're ready to go. The Rakan ulti is in the back line. The Maokai ulti coming out as well too. But there goes the Malphite. A big ulti into the back line. And here comes Galio to finish them up, protect the rest of his team. Callie's in the back there trying to zip through and find something. But 3 members drop on the side of the Outlaws. And it looks like the Tigers are just TPing in the base. 2 members going through, the Galio and Maokai. And they're just going to look to take this.
Boys coming to end this game here.
With the turret demolishes. They're done. Blitzcrank goes down as well too. Don't think Funksy is going to be able to help his team. Here's the only one left, but he is gone. That's going to be game. Tigers coming back from an early game deficit and turn this around onto the Outlaws to come out with a win.
Oh yeah, the Tigers just looking really strong here, showing off their team coordination in the late game. Their mid game was absolutely phenomenal. It was like almost perfect. If they just didn't get caught a few times, it would have been like absolutely flawless. Their team coordination near that end game was just almost immaculate, and you can see the damage charts now. Delalis really popping off in that mid game.
And getting those 4 kills back, that nice little turnaround from him is what got him back into this game. We saw that aggression coming out more and more often as he continued to scale up. But until those 4 kills came through, he was playing pretty turtleish. But Tigers do a great job of turning that one around and just making great team decisions there and punishing the Outlaws for being a little split up there at times. But nonetheless, both teams still giving us quite a show. And take a look at one of my favorite stats is the vision score. That's going to be Harshcloth on Blitzcrank. I saw that score creeping up and up and up throughout the game. And he was getting some good words, but in the end, it's Tigers who come out with the win on this one. So
very well played.
We are going to be getting into the next game very, very shortly. Going to be 2 of our veteran teams coming back here. Going to be the Spartans taking on the Wolves. So 2 of the classic 3 teams. So we will be right back after this quick break. So don't go anywhere, and we'll have game 2 coming to you shortly.
Keep my hands on myself. Think I'll dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Kiss my little baby girl isn't me. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. I can feel it still. Mama called the grave digger, gone with the falling leaves. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might have had your fill, I can feel it still. We can fight a war for peace. Give into that easy living, goodbye to my hopes and dreams. Stop flipping for my enemies. We could wait until the walls come down. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks down. Let me kick it like it's 1986. I can feel it still.
Alright, guys, welcome back. Sorry about that delay there, but we are now officially into the pick and ban. And I guess Spartan's starting it off, and we have a bit of a issue there with the Wolves. A few subs gonna have to be called in here. So going with the coin name Puppies there. But let's see what if the Wolves are able to pull this one off here.
Yeah, and right off the back, with this pick ban phase, we see the Nautilus, we see the Lucian ban for the from the Wolves. Definitely Shibe's like proper pick, like his favorite pick. So it's not surprising to see him see that banned away. The Kai'Sa ban on the other side, though, not exactly sure about that one, but we will see. It seems like a lot of bot lane focused bans so far. It's going to be pretty tight with that bot lane champion pool. Seems to be the case with a lot of these games recently. It seems the bottom lane is a very focal point in the LAS. Now with the Sylas ban too, it's going to be quite interesting to see. We also see the Elise ban on the side of from the side of the Wolves, and the Qiyana first pick actually. So looking to get that early covered pick, hopefully on the jungle or the mid laner, and we see the set not banned away in the first half and instantly picked up for the Wolves side. A very powerful champion, and it's going to be interesting to see how he's used in this team comp.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why that wasn't the first pick, but Qiyana also a very, very strong pick. But Set coming through here can offer a lot to a team. Let's see what they're going to be able to do with him this game.
And we see the Echo locked in for the second pick. That might be the jungle Echo like we saw last game, or it could be a mid lane or something. It's a good flex for the second pick and a very interesting choice for the Wolves.
That's a quick pick on the Jace. Comes through at the last second there. Probably going to see that up towards the top lane. Qiyana. Potentially jungle or mid, not too sure yet. Let's see
definitely.
What else they
Definitely open for that flex. The Jace also a flex pick. He can go top or mid lane, so it's definitely safe to pick these champions right now because you know you're not giving away too much information about what your team comp is looking for. All they know is that there's a lot of 80 damage coming in. It looks like it's going to be the Jace in the mid lane with the Qiyana jungle, and then we got the Alawi in the top lane. It's just so much raw 80 damage.
That's a ton of damage for them, but a Leona there, I don't know if that's enough to deal with these guys. That's the three of those champs just alone can pump out so much damage, and I don't know why we don't see the bans now coming out from the Wolves towards bot lane champs. That's the only thing that's left for them.
Yeah, no, I don't know what they were looking for with this Olaf ban. We do see the Caitlyn banned off here, so it looks like they're still going after that ADC right now, just trying to shorten that champion pool up a bit, take off its comfort champs. And the Spartans team comp right now is looking mighty scary, but the Leona in the bottom lane does give me a few ideas as to what they might be looking for. It seems like the Wolves might be going for something like a Senna or something. Just a very strong ADC that can follow up with a lot of heavy engage.
Oh, I'm just getting word here that the Jace was actually intended to be a Zac, so I think that's going to be corrected before we actually get into game. So potentially Qiyana back into the mid and a Zac in the jungle there.
Yeah, it seems like that's what it's actually going to be. I was interested to see the Jace, but it seems like it's not going to be pulled out this time.
We'll see what the teams come to decide on there. But
yeah, looking at the Wolves here, see what they're going to pick. And it looks like the Tristana for the ADC here. Going pretty deep into the champion pool, banning the Sfortune, the Caitlyn, the Lucian. Just giving them the Tristana pick, though. So we'll definitely see what the Spartans are going to answer with that Tristana. The Leona Tristana is a great all-in lane. We do see the Rex side, though, so maybe it isn't a Zac.
Okay.
Interesting.
So I recall that. I think the Jace is intentional. Rex side picked up now, but you got to keep in mind Kai'Sa's still up. I was going to say Vela's still up, but there's a bit of cause.
Looks like they're going Jace in the bottom lane.
I suppose they are. Which, I mean, they're going to be able to stay away from the Leona and Tristana and still pump out tons of damage between the two of them. And
Yeah, a lot of
really-
poke in that bottom lane with the QE combo from the Jace and the Vel'Koz just spewing eyeball stuff at you. It's not a fun time, but we do see the Sejuani as the full engage jungler that they are looking for. It is going to be that Echo in the mid lane, so quite an interesting team comp here from the Wolves.
All right, so players are just making a new lobby really quick, and then we are going to get right into the actual game itself. But we'll keep you updated with if this is the actual Spartans pick. But yeah, I don't believe I've seen that kind of a bot lane before with the Jace down there. It should be interesting to see what they do with this.
Yeah, no, I've seen the Jace in the bottom lane before, mostly back in like Season 7, Season 8, something like that, but it's definitely not a normal pick that you see in a lot of pro or even like high-level gameplay, so it'll be interesting to see what they're going to bring out in this Spartans team with this Jace pick. Hopefully they can pull out something spicy.
I'm sure they will. Unfortunately, the Wolves pulling in some subs tonight already. 0-4 these past couple weeks, so don't know what they're gonna do to try and counter these Spartans. But, both of them actually picking up a win in their last game, so technically not 0-4. They're 1-4 now. But still, Spartans have been historically a strong team, and we'll see what they're going to be doing against I guess, our puppies tonight. So, players are just loading into the client. They're going to get the actual pick and bans going. And then once we get that spectators delay, we'll confirm for you what our teams are. We'll show you guys that. And just have another, I promise this time, a quick break before
So
we
who's your
actually
pick?
go on the rift.
Before we go to break, who is your pick?
I gotta say Spartans. They have their team together. They have their synergy. They're coming off a win right now. And, just having that disorganization between having subs in or pulling in subs or not having your OG team can mess a little bit with the mental. But if you have a team that's got the solid mental, they definitely have the edge on that one. But then again, you
Yeah.
have Alawai and Kiana, and that's its own story altogether.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'm actually sort of leaning towards the Wolves side here. Their comp team is very well drafted, very put together, and it's gonna be interesting definitely to see where this comp is gonna go, and like how these teams are gonna perform, especially like you said with the subs, with the miscommunications there. It's just gonna be very interesting to see where the Wolves can pull their influence, where they can get advantages as a team, especially against these Spartans with like the high pressure Alawi, the high pressure Kiana. And it's gonna be a very rough, probably early game for the Wolves, but they do scale pretty well. So if they can get past that early game, it should be very like smart of them to see a lot of team fights, maybe a lot of like picks on the sides, because they have a lot of CC, a lot of front to back damage with that Tristana, with that Echo. It's just depends on that early game, as it always does.
Yeah, and really, it can be back and forth. The Wolves do have a lot of opportunity to come in with those picks off the Sejuani ganks, paired with the Leona or the Echo stun. Set's got CC in his kit as well too, so you're gonna probably see those rotations coming through, and Spartans are gonna have to watch out for that huge CC potential, because if they get caught out, if they're pushing a little bit too much, they're gonna get slammed. Especially if it is really that Jason Vel'Koz in the bot lane. I don't know what they're gonna do to really escape. Yeah, they have a knock up, they have to knock back. But what can they do against being frozen, and then the solar flare coming down as well too? That's massive CC.
Oh yeah, it'll all depend on where these teams position and how they are like focusing on these objectives. If one team pulls ahead in objectives too much, I feel like it'll just be overbearing for the other one. However, I feel like if it's even in objective, it's gonna be a real close back-to-back game. So it's just gonna depend.
Seems we're having some issues in the client. There's someone's client was broken, so we're gonna get him back in. soon as we do, we'll have this game on the road for you. Someone wants us to change this pick a band music. I don't know what else. What other options? Are we gonna go old school or new school? I don't know. It's just some filler chat, all right? Play Tupac. That's not picking band music, is it?
Sounds like it sometimes. Depends on the song.
All right, we are back. There's 10 members here in this Champ Select here. We'll keep you guys showing. I will show you guys this to make sure it all goes through. So hopefully it works this time, because I would like to get this game started. It's been a little bit delayed, but thank you guys for being so patient, hanging out and supporting the channel here. And if you guys want to keep up to date with any of those stats, make sure you pop on over to the LAS Esports Instagram, where we keep you updated with all the match histories, the stats leaders, and the upcoming matches for the following week. Of course, a couple other fun things thrown in there, but for now, we just want to get this one going. Last game of the night, Spartans taking on the Wolves. Let's go. I would like to get this going.
Same, honestly.
All right, there's some bands. I don't think they really care about what's banned out right now, as they're just trying to get through. We see 5 out of the 6 bands there, starting with A. Out of Nivea. Probably should be the set there. There he goes. All right. See chat, but if we change the music to those songs that you're requesting, we get muted. That means our VODs are muted on chat and on Twitch and on YouTube, and it's upsetting going back and seeing the result of that. So we got to go with this. Let's get going. Your local League of Legos, as chat is putting it, about to get underway. Fingers crossed. This is very reminiscent of some of the solo queues I've been playing. You get into a game, someone dodges. Get into a game, someone dodges. Get back into the queue, 3 more people dodge, and you're ready to pull your hair out. I know it's frustrating for everybody, but I'm sure we're gonna have this going for you guys real soon. Was that? Zach has been banned out. So Felios also banned. Can we just get our last few picks? Sejuani. And what else are we sitting on?
The Jace and the Vel'Koz.
Vel'Koz and Tristana. So I guess, yeah, that will be their bot lane jugs. Vel'Koz picked there. And nice of them to pick that order for us, so we don't have to do any rearranging when we get into the game. But it looks like we're ready to go. I think we're good. Teams are locked in here. They're choosing their loadouts. They're getting ready. So now it's just this, a quick little spectator delay, and we'll finally be on there for you guys. So thank you again for being so patient. If you haven't already, make sure you go into the Twitch picks there and vote on who you think is going to win this game. We had our first game as the Tigers 4 votes to 2. So you guys predicted that one right. But right now, Spartans are setting up 3 votes. So go ahead and cast your votes there. It should be right over the screen if you hover on PC, and right above the chat if you're on mobile there. So it works on both for you guys. So cast those votes. Let's see what you guys think. Who is coming on top here? But it's going to be an interesting bot lane. I'm curious to see how that goes. So anyways, guys, spectator delays in queue. We will be right back after this, I promise, and we'll get that action coming right to you guys. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be on the Rift. The Spartans taking on our puppies tonight. No, taking on the Wolves for our last game here on week 3. So see you guys soon.
If we gon' through, we got juice. Ain't no cap, we ain't gon' lose. Got your subtract to the news. Stop bringing all of the booze. If we gon' do, we got juice. Ain't no cap, we ain't gon' lose. Got your subtract in the news. Stop bringing all of the booze. Yeah, you don't like me, she just like Fendi. 200 pounds, that's too much in pennies. She don't like me, she just like spending. Mostly for her, for me it be rarely. Ain't need no girl, only the homies. Bank account statements be looking unholy. Ain't need no girl, play a rolling. I bring her time, make me be stalling. She don't like when I'm gone, only when I'm home. Yeah, music flows up the dome when I'm home alone. All these pills got me faded, I can't see straight. I be in a new dimension where we all said. If we gon' through, we got juice. Ain't no cap, we ain't gon' lose. Got your subtract to the news. Stop bringing all of the booze. If we gon' do, we got juice. Ain't no cap, we ain't gon' lose. Got your subtract in the news. Stop bringing all of the booze. If we gon' do, we got juice. Ain't no cap, we ain't gon' lose. Got your subtract in the news. Stop bringing all of the booze. If we gon' do, we got juice. Ain't no cap, we ain't gon' lose. Got your subtract in the news. Stop bringing all of the booze. Yeah.
All right, guys, welcome back. We are getting into this game sooner than later. It's loading for you guys right now. So let's get this loaded up and on the road. It's been quite the wait for all of us. But thanks again for hanging out, supporting the channel. Spamming chat a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. I like seeing you guys out there talking and getting fired up a little bit. I like that. So, don't know what way this game is gonna go. I'm interested to see how this one turns out. All right, guys, we're in game number 2, about to get underway. I'm excited and finally ready to get this one going for you guys too. Right, so let's just fix up our scoreboard here, a little out of whack, but should be a good one. Should be a good one. And yes, both teams picking up a win in their last game here. So Spartans now 2-3, Wolves 1-4. Both coming off a bit of momentum here. So let's see what these guys are gonna want to do.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
All right. So guys, let's see if you've casted your predictions of who's gonna take this next game. Will it be the Spartans? Will it be the Wolves? Twitch chat. The Twitch picks is up there for you guys to cast your votes. Still 3-0 for the Spartans. You can cast your votes at any time here during the game, but I'm always interested to see what you guys are thinking. See, pretty standard stuff here from both sides.
Next time, try to leave a dent.
Let's see what these guys got going. All right. So both teams just taking it nice and slow, starting in their jungles. Rek'Sai actually going to be a smidge behind here on the Sejuani. But don't know how this Jace lane is going to go. They do have lots and lots of poke to deal with. But once that Leona hits 6, I'm sure we're going to see some crazy stuff going down there.
Yeah, no, the Rek'Sai not getting a leash from the Sejuani is a little, or from the Alawi is a little unfortunate, but you know, you got to do what you got to do, and I figure he just wants to match that. And it's also pretty good that he's not like actually showing where he starts, so they're just left questioning like where he's actually gonna go. And it looks like he's going for the early level 3 in the top side here. Might be going for that early Scuttle Crab, or might just go straight for his red buff. Might get the full clear. It just depends on where he goes from here, where he goes after these wolves. Sejuani doing the same clear, but getting, like you said, a little bit faster because you know he has the.
Oh my gosh, the damage from Qiyana coming down is quite extensive, and the shield's there. I don't know if it really matters though. Gabbers uses flash, and there's Qiyana. Oh, is she gonna make it out?
Down.
Ivan dropping slowly, 9 health. He makes it out alive, just barely on that one.
Very close fight there. The Ignite going down for the Echo, but both sums for both sides has been burned. So it's going to be quite the exciting one.
Gonna have
when
to
it
keep it
comes
here
to
mid.
these early games.
I think we're about to pop off because here comes Sejuani. And Qiyana's in as well too. That's 2 stacks of echo damage there. And here she goes, the flash damage. One more auto will do it. They find first blood as the Wolves come through with that one. Rek'Sai gonna try and find another one too. The flash auto will do it, but lockdown by Sejuani. Here comes Vel'Koz, and knockups there. They find Sejuani. Isn't enough damage. He stops his Q early, but it doesn't matter because they pick up another kill there. Spartans answering
the trade back for
mid.
the Wolves.
But yes, the Wolves come back in that bot lane and pick up the Jaces. Is trying to rotate through.
Yeah, no, just catching out there. The Vel'Koz roaming up, and then Edon just walking a little too far up on his top side, and then ends up getting caught out for it. Just unfortunate from him, but you know, it's what it's got to be.
Yeah.
You can't make those tiny mistakes, otherwise the teams will capitalize.
No, you get caught by Tristana gets the poke out. The true damage is going to be a lot though, and still getting pinged in the back. Jace should be able to get this one. There's the autos coming through. The flash burned by Tristana and the heal as well too. I don't think it matters. That true damage, those stacks coming out of Vel'Koz is going to be so significant. And I think that Leona is going down as well too. Vel'Koz picking up that one.
Yeah, just trying to get that trade there. Not able to get the E off onto the Vel'Koz, and it shows. Doesn't do the damage that you need, but Edon getting a nice kill there, getting him back inside that lane a little bit. And not looking too good for the Wolves here in this early game. They're down 2 kills, about 1,000 gold, and it's just it might just be spiraling from here, but who knows?
Still 5 minutes. Still lots and lots of time left in this game.
Well,
Dragon
the first
now
5 minutes
spawning.
can be pretty important.
Yeah, it can be. It can be to, make it known whose lane it is. And I'm going to see what the Spartans continue to do with that poke. And if they're able to get the Wolves in those tight spots, the stacks coming out of Vel'Koz do a surprising amount of damage there. And that was what was chunking him down in those fights.
Yeah, no, that was exactly what it was. The fact that he took the whole Vel'Koz passive, and then he still got a few more poke off, or a few more things poked onto him afterwards, like the Q, and it won them that trade for sure. But their wave is in a pretty good spot right now. I'm not sure they're going to be forcing a push here. Tristana is a little.
Might see some mid here. Here comes Rek'Sai. Gets a little bit of poke and forces Echo up the wave. So slowly making those moves. You lose a little bit of XP here. You lose a little bit of gold here. It will start to add up.
Yeah, no, he's down about 10 CS now, and it's looking very grim for him in this situation. Like, the Kiana has a frozen wave right near his turret, just where he wants it, and it's just, it's pretty curtains for Echo at this point in the lane. You just have Rek'Sai just running around that. Not gonna pick up that pink ward, though. Did not actually unburrow for the vision, but still fine.
You see how much Protega is just keeping Leona Tristana off this wave with that poke coming up from the back. It's a lot. But it looks like they're roaming up mid. They might find this Rek'Sai out. Kiana's here to back him up, and here comes Echo in. The TP's coming down from the set. I don't think they're gonna find anything though. The Spartans are just gonna walk right away from that. But this might potentially be the dragon for them.
They didn't have the lockdown needed to secure the kill, but they are probably going to get this dragon unless the Spartans look to contest. Which this will be a very early 5v5 if they do.
No, Rek'Sai does have the smite up. Could get over the wall. Doesn't have a
does
flash
have
to get out. The Jace poke there. The Sejuani's going to do it, but there's the Kiana ulti. And now they're going at it already nice and early in this fight. The Wolves pick up one, and they're not done yet. Tristana chasing down. Vel'Koz getting that damage out again. But here comes Sejuani. Gets the little tip of that W out, and that should be a decent amount of poke, but they're not going to find the rest of that. In the meantime, Kiana's getting chased down by the set, and the Echo, she makes it over the wall, just out of the range of that, but the Ignite is going to be enough to take her down. So Wolves pick themselves up a couple kills, and a Dragon off of that. And no answer from the Spartans.
Very good fight for the Wolves there. The Sejuani almost going down, but they ended up saving that a little bit, and now they're up about 2 kills. Or now they even out the kills, they even out the gold, and they even get a dragon for it. So very worth it for the Wolves here. Definitely clawing themselves back in this early game, making sure their presence is known. The TP in the mid lane, while pretty ill-advised, did end up securing them that Drake pretty much, because that ulti on the Rek'Sai did stop any like smite fights, and the set was actually very useful there with the amount of damage that he did. So it's looking pretty good for them at this point. The Tristana is starting to scale a little bit. Does have that shard now, so it's going to be a little bit till. Oh, actually does get the BF sword now, so it's going to be quite
scary.
a bit.
Yeah, and they're level 5 too, so approaching that 6 is going to be something that the Spartans are going to have to watch out for.
Oh yeah, especially with like a Jason and Vel'Koz. Jace does not hit the power spike that most champions get at that level 6, so you fall behind a little bit in that level 6 corridor because you can't level up your ultimate because you already have it at level 1. So you're basically fending for yourself. You don't have that big engage tool or anything. You just have your switch, which you have at level 5. So it's not really terrifying if you get a level 6 late because it's just, like I said, it's just a switch ultimate.
And Tristana with her 6, Leona about to hit it up next. A couple of minions there. They might potentially look for something, but it's top lane where we have some action going on around the Herald. And there's Sejuani flashing to get out. The Aftershock comes through as well too, and Set is there. But the flash comes on over from Kiana, and there she goes. Gonna find that one, trying to make an escape out, but no, Little Gabber is gonna find that one Alawai with a big ulti there as well too. But Set is punching his way through this one. Echo's here as well too to try and fight this Alawai, but not in those tentacles. And he backs on out, sitting on a ward. Don't know if he wants to do this. Little Gabber's still chasing after him. He might find this Echo with the W going down underneath the turret. Nothing there in the bot lane, though. We see that poke is just too much as Jace picks himself up a kill with all that commotion going on up top.
The Vel'Koz ulti securing the kill there. It's just it's getting pretty scary for the Wolves bottom lane here. The fact that this Jace and this Vel'Koz are really just rolling now at this point.
And they can just poke them down until the point where, okay, you're going to be, what, half health when you come to engage us? That's not going to be good for the Wolves to do because they know they can just pump up that damage. Jace switches over to the melee. And okay, now what? You're half health. You're in our faces. Try us. Do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a fun matchup for them.
Bot
they're
isn't
pulling-
done yet. Here comes Kingdom with the Sejuani, but he's kind of by himself. No one's there. Tristana's trying to run to get into this one. But Leona still coming back from a recall there. It's not going to be able to offer anything there.
A little late on that Tristana roam down. Probably not a miscommunication there. It was just a little scary for them. That Sejuani just getting a little bit of damage though. No real overextension, just a miscommunication and lack of kill. Which would have been really nice on that Jace, especially with that 200 bounty, but
No
you
one
know, what
dies,
can
but
you-
in the meantime, Spartans get that Herald off of that play, knowing Sejuani was down there. Can take it completely uncontested. Dragon up in 30 seconds now. Wolves probably going to go to look to get this one. And I wouldn't doubt if that's the play that's made and that the Spartans called just to let them have it and push potentially top lane. We see Rek'Sai going up there and has the Herald as well too. So it might be a tower trade for that Dragon. So let's see what these teams are willing to sacrifice, willing to give up around the map. But there goes the Herald. Don't know if Set is going to be able to deal with this. Sejuani finding the Kiana actually out in this one. Going to lock her down. Echo's here to follow up on this one. And she is eliminated before he can do anything. Ulti was there, but just popped and CC'd
yeah,
beyond.
an instant burst there from the Echo and the Sejuani. They are gonna pull out this Dragon now, and they're gonna start it up.
Yep, and
So-
Herald has been taken out. That top tower sitting very, very low, but this Dragon is getting melted down. Here comes the Vel'Koz. But
Does Ooh.
a few members of the Wolves there looking really, really low. But they get
Yeah,
out
no.
with the Dragon and their lives, thankfully.
Yeah, that Vel'Koz just chunks them. He's the only AP member on their team, so they aren't really building towards like anti-AP. And that's really showing because he is such a high burst like mage. Even though he is being played in the support role, he has so much poke, and it's really terrifying for them to even walk up. Look at that. Like, the Tristana just got chunked from like maybe 75 to 50% just with like a Q and one hit of the W.
And, yeah, that poke, very, very scary. But, again, kills are tied up. Spartans a bit ahead in the gold here, but that might be just to that tower that they took up top. It looks like they're going to go for another one here in the bot lane, only Set to answer this one back. And, oh, it's a knockup. There's the stacks, and there goes half his health with a shield that matches that, but, I mean, still, I don't know if he wants to stay around for this one.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to defend. They do have Tristan up in the top side. They're probably just going to give her solo gold or just solo XP just to get her a little bit back in this game, especially with this Jace being up so much on her. Like 14 CS is basically a kill, and it's just it's not looking good for them in terms of their bottom lane control.
So looks like we have a little action going up towards here. The Solar Flare comes out and they find the Lawai, but now she just popping that damage. Here comes the ulti as well too. Look at the damage coming through. But Lawai's taken out so fast. Tristana making it out on the backline there, but that is Leona getting picked up as well too. Echo and Sejuani still fighting this one off, but Kiana's over the wall, gets the Tristana ulti over, and there's Kiana taking the blast going. Is she going to be able to outplay this? It looks like the Wolves are all over the Spartans here. But
Yeah, no.
Spartans just focusing on those objectives. Takes that top tower and Set with the RKO. Watch out, watch out! Here comes Vel'Koz, and he takes him out.
Yeah, they got the turret and just ran him down at that point. Like there was nothing he could do. But very good on the Wolves to actually know when they can get a pick in that river, and then ended up working out really well for them, only getting a 3-for-1 at that point and a 2-for-3 in the overall map. Even though they get a turret, they even up the turrets, or they don't even up the turrets, but they give one turret for one in trade. And it's looking pretty good for the Wolves at this point. Their Echo is super scary at this point. 5-1 is probably just gonna go back, grab that Hextech Gunblade, or even just grab his Lichbane right now, because it's he's got free reign. He has 10 stacks on that Dark Seal. He is uber scary at this point. The only problem is that he does not have good CS right now. He is getting massively out CS'd by this Kiana.
Yes, that is quite a difference there. Picks up the proto belt, so a little bit more survivability. A little bit of cooldown there for him. And, maybe to deal with this poke. See that Kiana coming out. And there goes Leona. She's in, but the knocker comes up. Hits 2 members of the Wolves there, but eliminates the Kiana before they can do anything. Jace is still there, but here comes Echo with the ulti. Jace trying to pop him back. That damage from Tristana might be too much. Sejuani's there to follow up, but Tristana gets that final pick. Vel'Koz still trying to make it out of there. The flash is coming through. And his stopwatch is only going to save him for so long. As Triss picks up another kill there. Sheeb. Good old Doge there as the puppies are coming through. Huge. It might just be the actual Wolves team here.
Oh,
And
yeah. They're definitely showing like Wolves right now.
Oh, this might not be the best EP. Oh, that was a little risky. Sejuani did have her ulti up. They could have locked her down, but Rek'Sai was there to follow up. I don't know if it would have mattered, though, with the Echo roaming around there. Could have been potentially a bloody TP for her.
Yeah, no, Alawi is definitely not a champion you really want to dive, though. She's very bulky and has Conquer, obviously, so she can heal for a long time and like delay these fights very often. And they are looking for something. They do get in the invade.
Echo has been caught out. The flash knock up from the Rek'Sai. Very well played there by Matzi. And now I think they're going for another. Alawi finds the soul, but there's Kiana on the back lane, and she just finds a Tristana, takes her out. Jace is going to find that Leona knocker into the wall, but Alawi picks it off with the tentacle. They're not done yet. The RKO comes through in a big Sejuani ult, but Set going to drop there too. A 4-for-0 in favor of the Spartans, and this Dragon's going right over to them. And Infernal and going to be the start to their comeback on this Dragon fight here. Again, those objectives seems to be their main priority in this game.
What a massive overextension by the Wolves. They just get run down there. The Echo just gets jumped on by the Kiana and is not even able to get over the wall. This would have been such a clean Dragon for them if they hadn't just got picked off there. The Tristana gets her jump canceled by the Kiana ultimate and ends up getting stunned up and just absolutely destroyed. And that's just a free fight for them at that point, as the Tristana just is down and they have no real damage threats besides the Echo and the Tristana, and they're both gone.
Yeah, gonna have to be careful of how fast these Spartans can jump on ya. Yeah, they have lots of CC on the side levels, but these guys can pump out so much damage so damn fast. So Spartans.
And it's not like the Spartans are lacking CC. They have like small scale CC, like a knockup.
Oh my god, little Gabbers. Almost gets poked out there.
Yeah, no, he just gets absolutely chunked. And that's pretty much a testament to why Vel'Koz is good in this comp, because they have so much AD damage that they just need that rock. They need the Vel'Koz to be at least sustainable in his fight.
Thought Leona was going to get picked out there, was greeting really hard for that ward. Let's see, she's still floating around here. This is really risky to be
She's got the set
like
in she's got the set in Tristana behind her though, so it's not really that worrying. Especially if they do hard engage, you can turn pretty easily with the Leona Q ultimate. Like pretty much everything's up except for her summoner spells, so she'd probably die in the fight, but it could trade well for them. The Wolves are definitely not out of this game. They have quite a lot of damage when it comes to their Echo and Tristana burst. It's just how is their main tanks and how is their engage going to perform, because they need really solid engage to be winning these fights. The Alawi is just so terrifying right now, 2-1-3, but she definitely does not hit like she's 2-1-3. She hits like she's
Set
9-0.
Set
And
may
the flash
be a
coming
little
down?
far, just getting some poke.
He's safe.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Wolves
while
pushing.
everyone from the Spartans is in top side, they are going to push this bottom turret and probably get it for free. They're going to trade this bottom turret for the...
Oh no, here they go.
turret.
Here goes Rek'Sai looking for something here, but there's a Set getting the pull down. Doesn't matter because that shield's coming out. Blue Tower's going down in the bot lane, but Set is dropping as well. And that's going to be the Jace who picks up that one. It looks like they have control of this Baron side here and might just go for it. So Sejuani going for a back. Cancels that one. But in the meantime, Wolves still pushing on this bot lane.
Yeah, the Wolves look like they might even get like an inhibitor turret at this point. If they can contest this well enough, it's going to be pretty scary for for the Spartan side if they aren't able to clean this up.
This
real
is
nicely
definitely
here.
risky. Sejuani sitting in the back with ult, with smite. Could just pop both. And will she do it? Baron's getting low. Now 3,000, 2,000 health. She's ready to go for it. I can almost feel it, but Kiana's over the wall trying to stop him. Little Gabbers is going to go over, and that takes out the Kiana. Sejuani's still alive. Needs to get over into this pit right away, but that's the Rek'Sai who actually gets bopped right back in and gets a smite off no issue.
The bot lane roamed up.
And there comes the bot lane. They're not done yet. Tristana goes in. The double flash from the bot lane. They're still fighting on this one. Tristana chasing these two members here. That damage from Tristana taking out one, taking out two. Sejuani, Leona take out another. And that is a huge cleanup. The ace here for the Wolves at 21 minutes. So no Baron going to be on any of these Spartans.
Yeah, really surprising fight for the Spartans there. Like I said, if they couldn't get that Baron cleanly, it was going to be very scary. And that was pretty much exactly what happened. They had a lot of trouble securing the Baron.
Uh-oh.
The Kiana went down almost instantly, and it was just not a fun time for them in that fight. The bot lane roaming up was very smart. They were able to clean up almost every kill, and they get that mid turret for it. Although they might have gotten the bottom inhibitor when they kept pushing, they would have definitely gotten inhibitor maybe in one turret. It was smarter for them to peel off and get these last few kills so that nobody on their team has Baron.
Absolutely. So they're not going to have that advantage in the pushing power. And that, again, if there's another Dragon coming up in now 35 seconds, they're going to be able to, feel a little bit more confident taking this or fighting around this objective. But here comes the Leona. Or the Alawi, I suppose. Leona's going to hightail it on another. Low on mana, so I don't know if they have time to get it back in. It's up in 15 seconds. If they go for these backs, I think the Spartans are just going to take this one right from under their noses.
The Alawi has no mana though, so it's not even possible for the Alawi to stay because she would be worthless in a fight at this point. Or not the Alawi, the Leona.
Yeah. Does have her ulti back. She's running back down with the set, but that Infernal Drake already at a quarter health. Are they going to go for it again? Alawi's in on this too, and Echo's in the back as well. It is the Spartans that pick up this Infernal Drake, but here comes Alawi with the ulti, and it looks like the Spartans are trying to melt down these wolves. They're going in, but Leona's doing a great job appealing for her back lane, but it doesn't matter because Kiana comes through and picks off their ADC. Now we got 3v4. Wolves are up in numbers, but it doesn't matter. The poke is just too much. Leona drops as well too. Rek'Sai so low. The Spartans are coming through huge. It's just the Sejuani remaining, and she's running out of there trying to get to safety. And the Spartans are going to peel on back, look to get some more objectives, and play that fight very, very well.
Yeah, no, they peeled off that Drake really fast. They were able to recoup right after getting that dragon. They didn't waste too many spells on it, and they were able to win that fight pretty cleanly. It was not even really close at that point.
This is a little aggressive. Oh, flashes over the knockup. Oh, a huge play from Kingdom. Gets out of the CC, which could have been potential death, but able to lock down Valkaz. Super well played by them.
Yeah, extremely well played from the Kingdom there. He's definitely pulling off some really miracle plays here in this game. He's being sort of the rock the team needs.
Just non-stop. Echo needs one more stack. Oh, so sad. Goodbye, Echo. He's getting okay. That was one shot from Jace, one shot from Tristana. These champs, both teams are super strong. It's just a matter of where they're positioning and who they want to focus first is really going to be the outcome of this game.
Yeah, no, there's a lot more targets to focus on the Spartan side, so I feel like in a normal 5v5 fight, it's always going to be the Spartans who usually win because they are just a little bit stronger in that 5v5.
Set may be in a rough position here. Kiana, Alawi, and the Rek'Sai up here. He RKOs them back. It doesn't matter because Kiana ulti is down. That shield. Wait a minute, the shield's there. Okay, they do eventually get him. For that split second, I thought maybe, just maybe, his team's starting to come up, but they decide to turn around. No, he's a little too far gone for them to help.
Yeah, no, the sets build's a little questionable. Just going for the Titanic Hydra first. Usually, you'd want to go for something more like a Triforce to get that bulkiness first, and then you go for the Titanic.
Leona finds the Kiana in the backline. Sejuani's going to follow up on that. Are they going to find an Alawi with so much damage here? and she's whacking them down. The Wolves are taking a lot of damage on this one. Spartans taking them down one by one. Echo's going to try and get out of there. Remaining, oh, nice Q from the Vel'Koz, and Edon is going to clean that up with his Jace.
Very unfortunate fight there for the Wolves. They didn't have the set, and then they just decided to all in engage, and Edon was able to pick up Shiba on the side, wasn't even able to get in the fight, and then he just ended up falling down like almost instantly, and that's where the real fight ended, because Echo was not able to do enough damage to the whole team to be able to pull that off.
And this should just be a couple turrets. I don't know if they really want to fight this one against the dual lane. I guess I keep forgetting that they were the bot lane in this game. It's just very abstract concept, but I guess you know what? If it's working, it's working. Not
Yeah,
gonna
it
say
seems to be
anything
paying
about
off for them.
It's not stupid if it wins.
That is the that's the motto of, I guess, the Spartans. It'll be interesting to see what some of their previous drafts look like if they're pulling off stuff like this.
You tend to see some crazy stuff here. It's you know, it makes for some good, fun games to watch.
Oh yeah, definitely. This Jace pick has been nothing but super interesting.
The Wolves are hunting right now. Leona so aggressive in this back side here, but only level 10. Vel'Koz has 2 levels on her, so if she gets caught by anything, she's pretty much gonna get just blown to the moon. And Dragon coming up now, 45 seconds. Gonna be another Infernal here.
The Wolves setting up some deep vision so that they can secure this next dragon, because they know if they can get 3 dragons before the Spartans do, it'll look a lot brighter for them coming up in the next like 30 minutes to, or sorry, not the next 30 minutes, when it hits 30 minutes, and when it hits even later than that, 33, maybe 36 is when the next Inferno will come in after that. If they can get the soul, it'll be a lot better for them, because they are lacking in the damage, and that'll definitely close up a few of their patches.
Let's see it. 8 seconds now. The wards are coming through. Both teams have vision on each other here. Lawai with her ulti not quite available yet is going to be potentially scary. Leona has hers. Trist has hers. Everybody on the Wolves have theirs. And Lawai just actually might have it up in time. Dragon has spawned. Who's going to take the first step forward? This might be the game decider. We see the Solar Flare come down, and that's a quick escape there from the Vel'Koz with the cleanse, but Lawai picking up a soul there on Leona. Gonna deal some damage, and now she, oh, look at the health that she loses. 1 tentacle, that's all it'll take. Just 1, we just need 1. But it doesn't matter, a huge Kiana ulti in the back ult, and that is the Vel'Koz melting the rest of the team. The Wolves are in shambles now. Set using his ulti to try and get out of there, but that Kiana ulti just locking down 4 members of the Wolves there. Way too much for them to deal with, and that's going to be a 3rd Infernal going over to the Spartans.
Yeah, no, that fight was very like sad for the Wolves side. The Leona was not able to get enough CC off on the Kiana to instantly pick her off, and that would have instantly won them the fight, maybe even just got them the dragon for free. But they were able to peel off from that Leona ultimate, and then it eventually come back with the Kiana ultimate and win them that fight, definitely, with that 4-man stun.
Leona, goodbye. And Echo just melted. Kiana takes out the Echo, and now that Leona pincered in between the Lawai and the Jace, she's taken out 2. Spartans are up now 7k gold, have an extra turret, have an extra 8k.
Yeah, no, this mid to late game for the Spartans has been looking very bright.
Oh wait, oh close, but not enough. Sejuani used the flash to get out of there, but here comes Rek'Sai. The flash knock up is there. Where's her teammate? She's there, and Vel'Koz with the big laser beam coming over from the back of the pit. Just in time for that one.
Just melting them. There's bounties on everyone on the Spartans. This whole team coming into this late game has just been so cohesive. Every single member moves as if it's its own unit in a bigger scheme, and that's really what you want to see from teams like this that may not necessarily have the most mechanical skill, but they're really showing in their team play and their aspects, and that's what I really like to see from these LAS teams, is that their team play can always be on point, even if their individual skill is maybe a little lacking.
That poke though on a Tristana. Just one Jace poke is going to do that. And here's Rek'Sai again. Leona not in the best of spots. She's going to go down. The shield is there, but doesn't matter. Matzi coming through is on a killing spree now. And they're going to continue their push here. Have the Baron buff and are just looking to tear these wolves apart. It was looking good for them in that mid game. They were starting to come back. There were some pretty even fights there. But now the Spartans have their feet on the wolves' throats, and it's not looking good. Echo gets hit by that. Oh, gets hit by everything, really. And he's gone. Set in the back. Going to have to flash out to get out of there to stay alive. But now it's the fight here on Sejuani. Vel'Koz is going to find the Tristana and melt it down. But now it's the rest of the members turning on the Wolves jungler. And they take that set out. 3 members down now. Baron buff up. Pushing on the mid inhib tower. It's not looking good for the Wolves.
Yeah, it's just looking very grim for the Wolves at this point. Like, they just don't have really any answer, and it looks like they're just going to push to end here. They have, like, way too much raw damage for them to even answer.
Leona's down, Leona's in, doesn't matter, she's gone now. Set is there as well too. Wow, how big is this shield going to be? Not big enough.
And that is probably going to be the game that,
Oh!
Yellowit goes down.
Unfortunate, but Echo's up.
It will be the game.
Nexus turrets are down. Leona's out of this game. Death timers are just way too long, and that is a GG for the Spartans. Wow. That was absolute. I mean, once they hit their stride, they turned this game into absolutely turned it around. It was their game after a certain point.
There was a specific fight there where the Wolves, they lost control, and it wasn't like a serious loss of control. It was a cohesive loss of control, and that could be definitely what you were saying earlier about the subs. It could have been just the bad call at the moment. There was just one fight in the middle of that game that just solidified that game for the Spartans. The Spartans definitely performing a little bit better in the mid to late game, and just taking it overall. Even though there was a lot of bright spots for the Wolves, there was some very good moments.
And yeah, there was, like you said, a couple times there where, in the bot lane, dealing with that poke, they were still doing pretty decent and doing well to get control of those dragons. But I think it was when Spartans started realizing, hey, if they're going to take a dragon, we'll just take Herald and take a turret. And if they want to do this, we're just going to do something else on the map. So they always had an answer for what the Wolves were doing. And when the Spartans started making the calls, the Wolves looked like they didn't have the answers like the Spartans did to them in that early game.
Yeah, a lot of this game is a lot more based on the reactionary calls than the setup calls, because with this game now in the state it is, there's a lot of burst, and it's got to be you're answering something. You're not trying to contest, especially when you know you're not going to win. And there was a few times where both these teams were contesting stuff that did not need to be contested, or was just a grave mistake at that point if you were contesting.
Yep. But with that ends our cast here at week 3. So Outlaws that took on the Tigers early on. Tigers looking really, really good there, but now the Spartans facing the Wolves. Of course, it was a bit of back and forth in that early, but it's the Spartans who come around and close this one out so strong and end their week 3 3-3. So lots of threes going on there for the Spartans.
Oh yeah.
So guys, thanks again for tuning in and always being here to support us. We always appreciate those follows, hanging out in chat, sending us those dank memes there, and of course, just bring in that overall positivity and awesome energy you guys always do. If you want to keep up to date with any of our stats or information, make sure you hit up the LAS Esports Instagram. It's right there below on the channel, and of course, you can also see it on mobile too. So look at us go. The future is now, but for now, we're gonna have to sign out. So it's your boy Wedgegriff heading out, and of course, our Bambooper returning caster here. So happy to have you back, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Well, guys, have a good week. And don't forget, we will see you back here next Tuesday, 8 o'clock EST, as always, for week number 4 of LAS Esports. See you then.
Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming?